Hello everyone. Here we will do a 107 all bosses, all glitches showcase with Mimi, who will be kindly showing us the route, and doing co-coms with me is uh, the person whose name is on the title screen right now.
Yeah, it's me edition, which Meme is doing this on the debug version of 1.3 because it's a very volatile run, so she wants to be able to use save states in case of something really bad happening, like soft locking or mostly soft locking. That's very easy to do in all glitches.
Yeah, and I think we can get
107,
started
yeah,
soon.
107 is max completion on the Lifeblood version. Technically, we allow 1.4 plus for the category, but Mimi wanted to use 1.3 because it's easier to play in dupes later with 1.3. Am I a bit low? Well, that's very possible. I could try turning myself up. Let's see.
And I did a
No, ma.
countdown that I hope the Mimi saw. Should we get going? Yeah, we are getting going now.
There we go. So starting out the run is very much almost NMG. I think she'll be
Yeah.
doing King's Pass like normal, and that's about it.
Yes, we will get some geo because we need a map early on. So we'll get the geo rock before the Spectre Fury.
Yeah. Since it's 1.3, you can't do the pause early control, so this is pretty standard.
Yeah, just get going and hopefully Jinky will be
Hopefully,
nice to us.
yeah. I think Mimi is playing at 120 FPS, so Jinky has the slower attention range thing. But, oh, that was a nice position.
Yeah, yeah, we're going through NMG, getting geo for map, which we will buy, and then we are heading to Vengeful Spirit. And after that, we will have more of a divergence from a normal NMG route.
Do we have an inventory hardfall cancel? We will. Yippee.
And notable difference between 107 and 112 all glitches, which was in Showcase last year, is that we can't get everything with main menu storage in 107 all glitches because
Yeah.
all Godmaster stuff is banned.
So, just have to get it like you normally would. Quote unquote normally.
Yeah, it means we will get a lot more overworld and a lot more dupes later on.
And the dupes will be plentiful and they will be difficult to explain.
We will do our best to explain
Yeah.
what is going on and what the goal of everything is, and at least
Yeah,
what
she
is happening.
She got the map there, and now she's heading into the Aspid Arena. It's very easy because it's basically LP Aspid Arena. So an issue with this route is that you need to get all the bosses. Grey Prince Sot is a boss that you need to defeat, but if you let Sot die, you can't fight Grey Prince Sot. So Mimi has to go to get Vengeful Spirit to get into Green Path. We don't talk about Eye Boulder. And yeah, if it wasn't
Yeah,
for Sot, she could just go straight down to Claw and start with that and then go to Cleves to get Dash, but It's a diversion we have to take. I saw there are
Yeah.
no yet.
Right. We will get a call in the first few minutes because of Soth. We can blame Soth for the lack of glitches.
So notably, I think she will skip False Knight. False Knight is a percentage, so she will just knock him down once and then leave, like any percent NMG would. But she will come back for him later, because, as I said, he is a percentage, and the all bosses requirement also requires killing him, as well as failed champion. Yeah, I'm sorry, we tricked you. This is any percent NMG, but with the map for some reason.
Yeah.
There she stored the
As
Snail Shaman and landed on the Vengeful Spirit. Landed on the slope there. Benched right after the knight landed there. She left the bench sometime there. No, no. Oh yeah, she's waiting to get control. And leaving.
yeah,
And just like that, she has bench storage, which is gonna break the game wide open.
yeah. So what happened there was that we stored the Snail Shaman, which gives us control during the cutscene, and then we sit on the bench when the teleport to behind the gate should happen.
Yeah. Yeah, she does a hazard warp with the hazard plane at the bottom of the map to get up to the green path entrance faster. And oh, no predict lock today. You you have to wait for it to spit up all, and sometimes it can be very cruel. And if you're really unlucky, it can take like 24 spits. But now she will be doing green path pretty much like any percent NMG would. I'm sorry again, you have to watch any percent NMG.
Yeah, we'll be going for a float and a dash, of course. And after that, we will go to Claw.
That was I
Yeah,
should have
what's up
probably
was this?
mentioned that. That was a transition storage, and then she fireballed, which made her not lose height, so she could just do the jump. And again, it's a very funny little technique.
Yeah,
That
it looks very weird if you're used to normal fireball skips.
she's gathering some soul to kill the Moss Knight, I think, because it's faster to go right here to south than floating across the gap towards the left and going up. She doesn't need a geo, so she just skips that. And then she does warp again to the left side of that room and kills Vengeful King, and that's Zoth rescued, and that's the entire reason she got Vengeful Spirit.
Yes. Now we will just head to Hornet. And getting no soul or anything. Just going straight there.
Oh, I hope she does a funny glitch where Hornet ends up upside down.
And we're getting transition storage here, which will give us control during the dialogue, so we can immediately start hitting Hornets.
Unlike other glitched categories, she actually gets to use Vengeful Spirit for this fight. Most glitched categories just fight Hornet with Nail only, which... And due to
A
having
good
bench
fight.
storage... When she picks it up, she just opens and closes inventory, so she can quit out. Because closing inventory lets you quit out whenever you want.
Just talking to the shaman. Restoring it and getting control on the bench, which gives us bench storage again. So we can open the inventory mid-load and get transition storage and go out of bounds, which we will see now. And then we'll be heading to Claw and using going out of bounds as much as possible here to speed up the movement.
In
This
this
room
room,
has
she
a bit of okay, you can take
the
it.
acid the acid sticks out a tiny bit to the left in that room, so if you just fall straight down, you end up in the acid, and that's not fun. Oh, no dash storage. Yeah, she's gonna do E-Pogo, which is a very difficult trick, and she went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Transition storage uncaps your fall speed, which is very convenient for movement. Yes, hopefully Mantis Pogo. Yeah.
Good backup there.
And here's the reason she plays on 1.3 basically. It's actually not, but it's a very nice little detail you can do on 1.3 to save a tiny bit of time compared to 1.4 and 1.5. Isn't there a ton of room duping? That comes late at 0.
Yeah, there will be a lot of rune duping, yes. Now we are going to get Bashmaster.
Since she has transition storage, it doesn't take away control, so we get this funny animation. And then she saves Bretta because it's very slightly faster to save Bretta now compared to later, and the Bretta mask shot is also one of the easier ones to dupe. And equips Dash Master, because here comes the fun one. She's gonna be closing menu, closing. Delete save, now start save. And load into the King's Pass, which unloads the bench she was sitting on. And while watching the intro, we can explain that that gives you no clip.
Yeah. So now
Unfortunately, due to it being 1.3, the intro is very slow, but once we load into King's Pass here, she's gonna head towards the right and into the spikes to get floor here, and hit the Qualid.
using main menu storage to load back into King's Pass with no clip and the stuff we had before. It's a warp that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And we are heading to Crystal Peak. The next thing we want to do is get B-Dash.
Are we doing Garfield storage? Not in this run, Predic. Maybe another time. Since we are
Just
on
doing a lot of
1.3,
dashing here.
she can't open inventory after doing the King's Pass warp thing, so she can't dash storage. But Dash Master makes it decently fast anyway. And she does not have invuln, so she has to avoid the crushes, which is easy, but And now she's gonna go get Crystal Heart, which...
Getting Crystal Heart is a bit tricky with no clip, because it has a check that you are grounded.
Yeah.
So you can't just be airwalking. You need to actually dunk here and go up to a good height and store the interaction. There we go. Now we can interact with it while on the ground underneath.
So she ends up at the
Because we
right
have,
height and yeah, can collect it.
yeah, because it has a check that you're on the ground, which we wouldn't be otherwise.
If you try doing that hazard thing on versions before 1.3, you just lose the interaction box. I do not know why. The game is jank.
Saving the grab.
The grab is very important because you need grab beflies elegy. It's 107%. Of course she's gonna save all the grubs, right?
Now there's no clipping through the wall here to get D-Dark.
Getting D-Dark like this lets you skip getting dive at all because the game only checks which levels of spells you have, and level 1 spells give 1% completion and level 2 spells give 2%. So Desolate Dive is not required. She could have done the same with Shade Soul, but the entire Soul thing kinda messed with that.
You will see how we deal with grubs later on.
Oh, yeah. Then this is gonna be very unfortunate for Blossom and Pika, who really like grubs.
And we have some screen shake here during the Dream Nail cutscene.
We do not have a legal screen shaken spell for 1.3, so there she times the C dash, so she... Oh, does she get
We
floor?
get
There we
ground
go.
there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really difficult to get a grounded state while in no clip because you have to be close enough to a floor, and that can just be annoying sometimes.
I believe what would happen if Mimi were to pick up dive after this? I believe nothing would
She
happen.
can't. The dive pickup wouldn't even... I don't think it would spawn. It might, but I don't think anything would happen now. If she kills phase 1 of Soul Master and picks up the fake dive pickup, she will get half of King Soul for some reason.
I don't think we know why, but that happens.
It uses the same FSM or something, and the game gets confused. That's like the worst way they explain glitches on speedrunning marathons. I'm
Now
sorry.
we are getting the first room jupe. We're storing the stag and loading the stag cutscene and the normal load at the same time. So now we
Which
have
she's
2
gonna
rooms
use
loaded.
to head towards the zero room. Any percent NMS which was shown off last year, duped, get 11 copies of Zero's Essence. And this is gonna get, I think, 27 copies of it, because she needs to ascend Zero. And that's gonna be all the Essence for the run, once she collects it. Except she seems to have fallen out of bounds. Twice.
Okay. Now it's going between the rooms, which adds one more or multiple more zeros every time. It becomes almost exponential after a time. So let's go between here. And now we should have enough.
I think she only does it 7 times here.
Yeah, we
If you
have a
try...
lot of light.
Oh, she got a few extra, but that's not really a problem anyway. And since she has over 2400 essence, she can go Ascensio instantly. Which also grants her the best ability in the game and the best charm in the game.
Yeah. Most important layer is that we get Dreamgate, except for the percents, of course, but we also need to finish the game. Dreamgate will get usage very soon. We're just using that we can't get control while talking to have control more often and overlap Dreamgate animation with talking and stuff to speed up everything.
And here she's gonna get Awoken Dream now, which is completely useless in this run.
And we leave during the Woken Dreamnail cutscene, so now we are invincible.
And then we are Sincere. Yeah, there's a lot of things she gets in this run just because it's a percentage.
We'll immediately set down a Dreamgate and get bench storage.
And she gathers some soul because it's time to get really broken. She room dupes, gets transition storage, talks to the stag, focuses for a moment, dream gates. Closes the stag menu. And now she has no clip room dupe. Which... this is gonna be a lot.
Closing the bag menu right when we arrive with Dreamgate is what gives us no clip because you don't have collision in that state, and we store it by doing that.
Yeah, she's doing some room dupe no movement. That was more like it's gonna die later.
Doing a dash storage here.
Now she's heading towards the Grubfather room. By entering the Force Match room before, she got an extra room in the dupe, so she loads 2 Grubfathers at the same time. Which confuses him and makes him start throwing out more Geo than he should, despite only having 1 Grub. When
Yeah,
Grubfather checks how many Grubs you have saved, he checks, have I thrown out as many rewards as number of Grubs saved? Mimi has saved 1 Grub, and Grubfather has thrown out 5 rewards now, I think. So he just keeps going, oh, I should throw out another reward. Until I reach the amount of Grubs that have been saved. And now we have Mimi in chat because this is basically the longest wait time in the run when nothing happens. How long did it take you to get all the Grubfather rewards casually?
was one of the last things I did in my casual playthrough.
Well,
Had
it's
to
one of
get
the
the map.
first things it's one of the first things in this.
Yeah. Mimi is just having fun storing all the pickup animations.
She has to be careful here because the next thing Grubfather throws out, that thing, that's the pale ore. And she wants to dupe that later so she can't pick it up.
Making sure we pick up the correct thing there, the King's Idol, not the Pale.
Oh. I think internet was dying a bit there. What was... Yeah, sometimes Grubfather likes throwing rewards right on top of each other, so then you have to be careful to pick up the right one.
Yeah. We're getting soul here and transition storage. Because then we can pick
Dupe
up
the
the
pale
Pale
ore.
Ore and immediately get control with focus, and then it doesn't get removed.
Because the animation
Because
gets interrupted.
yeah,
And she's just gonna pick up 6 pale ore? Yeah. No, 5 pale ore because she got one from Seer. And after getting the 6th one, she quits out. And that's mostly kinda geo-solved for the run. She's gonna get a bit more later from them, but...
and we're going through the same thing we did before with getting soul, so we can focus. And first doing a room chip. And focusing to get control during this screen. And dream gating and getting no clip again. For the next no clip room chip in the run.
This one is gonna go to City, I think. Is that right? That might be wrong.
I believe so.
Yeah. I
All
mixed
of
them
them
up
start the
sometimes.
same, they are difficult to remember.
That's
We can
just
also
gonna
say
go.
that Mimi has routed this entire category. She's the only one that has finished runs of it at all. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to route dupes like this. Because, well, you can probably tell why it would be difficult.
Yeah. And for
Yeah,
most
she
part, right
unlocks
now
the
we are
Crossroads stag there for later. And
for
then she
most
heads
part
for
we are
this
using
room.
dupes for going fast. They cut down a lot on travel times and we have 2 rooms at the same time loaded.
I think right now she has 4 or 5. No, it was... yeah. There she got an extra mask by picking up the same mask shot multiple times, which is something you can do.
Yeah, we will see this multiple times after this as well, but we're loading the stag and another room at the same time, and then from there we will just, for most of this run, do that and have it like this with a lot of rooms on top of each other.
If you couldn't tell what was happening, she's at Salupa now. I thought it made sense, but I don't know.
It's really difficult to see what's happening. Mimi, for the most part, we don't really look that much other than visual cues. We have a lot of memorized, like here we will.
Like, dash 4 times, dream nail,
Yeah,
press, dash down and hold right to get into load, something like that. Here you see the funny out of bounds text that is in Salupa set. Because for some reason in 1034 and later, the description for Shaman Stone is always loaded outside Salupa's hut. Mimi made a mistake there, so she had to reload a save state.
yeah. This run is very volatile. Like we said, we're playing on debug because of that.
Will we see 4 soul containers? No, it's not required for completion. If you get a 4th soul container, I think it gives an extra % of completion, but it's not helpful for this because it will take extra time to get, and we do not count it for the categories. So sadly we will not see the 4th soul container or 11th mask. She's really having bad luck with this load here.
Yeah. It is some RNG here that we need to circumvent. Which is another reason why we have in debug, there's a lot of things like when we have 2 loads overlapping, there can be RNG loads. And then we can't control which one we get. You can't control it with TAS either.
Yeah, I think when
Normally you would
tassing
just
all
reset.
glitches, Cryfrom has just disabled the load she doesn't want.
Yes, that's how we do it. We mod the game and delete the loads that we can't get or don't want
Yeah.
to get.
That would have been convenient for low percent and MMS.
Now we can
Anyway,
get
back
going.
to
We got the good RNG.
Crossmother died right there, I think. Is she having issues?
Yeah. Okay.
It's really hard to tell what's going on, so it happens that you get mistakes like this, and
Yeah.
you just have to improvise to recover or just cry, usually. That's what I do, at least.
Yeah, at this point when we've reloaded multiple times as well, it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things and knowing where you are. Right now, Mimi is looking for a load, I believe, that she missed. But hopefully we will find it. No, we're reloading again.
What will porting code to take this
There we
away
go.
from us? Oh. There she found a load. I think. No? So, how's everyone's Saturday going? Oh, there
Hey,
she...
we did it. We get the Kalubra text again. Very beautiful.
The fun thing about that text is that it's always in Chinese, no matter which language you're playing in.
Multiple rooms loaded, so we get multiple soul vessels there.
Yes, and she also rescued Sly while at it, because it's important for completion. Do you have game audio now? I do not think so. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't
We
really
don't need
matter.
audio to commentate.
Yeah, we can clearly see what's going on. I'm just kidding, by the way. We know kind of what's going on for the most part, but a lot of the time it's just this.
Well, Shade Soul.
Shade Soul is both important for completion and later on. Oh no, wait, this is 1.3. Flukes are terrible. But it is one
Yeah,
of
this is
the better damage options for a longer part of the run.
the only patch where flukes actually aren't that broken. which is very interesting. And now we aren't room duped anymore because we're out, but
She put down a Dream
we
Gate in Sanctum that she will end up at when she starts this next room dupe. The reason she cleared the room dupe is because she had way too many rooms loaded and it would have been difficult to play, and eventually the rooms would stack up so much so the game becomes so laggy that it's unplayable.
yeah, when we enter boss rooms, the game loads an extra scene called a boss scene, and that doesn't get removed. And
And
then
that's
those
why
boss scenes can load even more rooms, so we get a lot of stuff,
yeah,
and it becomes laggy once we have done this for long enough. So we need to
yeah.
clear them every now and then.
And a boss she's about to see here, Soul Master, is another boss that adds boss scenes, which not
So
all
now we
bosses
get
do,
extra.
but some do. And I'm not
Here we have
sure.
the Soul Master fight. If we go down to the bottom, it gets activated immediately on the
That was the
second
Soul
phase.
Master fight. That's so much slower than in old patches, because then we can just have him dive into the spikes and die instantly.
But now we will
Um,
do Soul Tyrant as well.
Soul Tyrant is gonna be
Room
more of the same.
is moving
Mm.
here to get through. And yeah, there's a lot of light here because there are dead Soul Masters and Soul Tyrants and things.
And then she kills the Tyrant, which got
Yeah,
stuck on the
Tyrant
spikes.
gets stuck.
And that's that segment done.
And we already have the Dark, so we don't need to worry about that. We just come here for the bosses.
It would also be very inconvenient to get die because it would hard save you, but you could also... Can you warp to another bench on this patch with main menu storage?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So she could just get it back to a bench, but it's more convenient to just not have the hard save. And now she's finally doing a stag without duping, which is very rare. Just kidding.
But we're duping the next one instead. He is controlling which rooms we get in the dupe.
Now she
We
puts
have
down a Dream
City.
Gate because it's gonna put it in the active room, which was the stag room. Which is gonna be useful later because I think she gets a hard save at Lorien at the end of this segment. Which would be very difficult to get out of if the Dream Gate was still in Sanctum. Gets the bench here. Yeah, I saw all the Dream bosses are just fought for the all bosses requirement. White Defender is my favorite in this category, but you will have to wait to see that.
Yeah, we get rid of no clip because if you go through upwards loads, you get soft locked. You never get control and fly forever. So we need to do normal
Removing,
movement.
removing and removing or equipping charms fills up the knight's health because the game has that set in case you equip Fragile Heart or any of the Blue Heart charms, just to make sure that you have full health after equipping them. It's very convenient for if you're doing bench storage stuff because it means you just get a free heal whenever by just removing a charm. Especially since Watch and Knight here are done very overcharmed.
Yeah.
Please don't die, Mimi. Thank you.
And Mimi just unequips the charm to heal.
And
Because
also
it updates our health.
it also removed the overcharm, so she's way safer now. Now she's gonna go for power storage. Never mind.
Just equip the charms again.
I guess she decided past storage wasn't safe for the
He
showcase.
has attempts here
But
if he wants now. You get Televator.
Televator, we thought it was 1-2 to 1 on the earlier for the longest time. And then Shelby just skill issued enough on an elevator to get it anyway.
Yeah. Team Cherry did change how the elevators react when
They
you hit one of the
they
levers, but
they
they just
tried
made
to
it
fix it.
harder.
They tried to fix it. I'll give them that. They did their best.
Yeah.
The elevator
You
shouldn't be.
can still
I
get
agree.
the elevator into the glitch state.
It just takes a bit more finicking with the levels. Free elevator in this economy.
We're using the stag to get bench storage by going with the stag while sitting on the bench.
No, she's gonna
Bison.
mostly buy out Sly, I think. Nah, she's just gonna buy Lamb. She doesn't have Elegant Key. Well, she doesn't have Sly Key.
Shopkeeper's key will be needed later.
It's called Sly Key in the code. I keep calling it that.
You learn something new.
Yippee. The
More bench
lantern
storage.
is... The lantern isn't a percentage. Almost nothing that you need lantern for is a percentage. It's just no ice. So just because no ice is needed, you need to spend 1800 geo for lantern.
We're doing main menu storage. And this first input is frame perfect, but there we got it.
Yeah, she's warping the save to King's Pass. That might have been too late. She might have collision. No, wait, I think that's intended. I think she wants collision here.
Yes.
Because she's gonna be going to Cliffs. Destiny Edition. I can see chat over on the side for me, but I probably shouldn't be waiting it that much. And then she puts the Dream Gate here, and that's it. That's. I hope you enjoy that segment.
Yes, getting to cliffs from King's Pass requires an upwards load. And like I said before, if we had no clip while going through it, we would soft lock. So we set the Dream Gate there instead, and now we get no clip from Dream Gate there.
There's a somewhat recent way to get no clip through an upwards load by using a stag dupe, but it's not very useful because it requires chaining a stag station all the way to the load. So now she
And we
has a
have
room dupe, and
yeah.
Gorb is one of the bosses that has a boss scene, which means that every time she enters the room with Gorb, she will add more rooms, which is very inconvenient for the routing, actually.
Yeah,
Because she
the
doesn't
Gorb
want...
room will continue being with us for a while. So even though we are entering other rooms, the Gorb room is still loaded and will give us more rooms.
So here she will kill Gorb, get into a specific position there, down dash, and hit the load there. And now she's going to absorb Gorb, just so he stops adding more rooms to the dupe, because, as I said before, the game becomes unplayable if you add too many rooms. And now she's gonna reload the Stagnest room. So she has 3 copies of it, because there's a vessel fragment in it, which she's going to collect and instantly have it give her a vessel. Get into position, and yeah, it's a lot of just having a tiny visual cue to know where to dash and stuff. So she picks up 3 vessel fragments at the same time to get a new vessel. For people wondering, stuff like mask shards and vessels, you can just pick up any vessel fragment or mask shard as many times as needed to get the 9 masks and 3 vessels, rather than souls requiring all the different ones across Hallownest. Oh,
I think
I don't know
Joni's
what.
here.
Who the?
And the lantern.
I don't think I'm supposed to swear. It's like I'm not doing the joke. People can figure out who Joni
Yeah.
is on their own.
I forgot Joni and Lit Lantern at the same time there. By having both loaded. And now we're going to Green Path.
She's entering the room with Hornet here, because it leads into the room next to Lake of On, which leads into Lake of On. And that's a mistake. This is probably the most difficult dupe in the entire run, so it's easy to make mistakes during it.
Mimi has save states prepped for all of these though, so we're just doing it again. And hopefully with this C dash now we will hit the correct load this time. Or get Boulder Shell there. Okay, good. See if we can find our way to the correct load. And yeah, we are on our way. We got a second try, which is good.
Yeah, as you can probably tell, there's a reason why nobody else has finished runs of 107 AG yet.
We're heading to Forns, I believe.
First
Yeah.
you get Shape of On,
Shape of
because
On.
it's just here.
Yeah, we have been going towards both Sheo and Forns runes. So we'll be getting those soon as well.
Shio is a bit difficult to enter, because depending on which rooms you have loaded, you might end up too high to talk to Shio, so I think Mimi either gets Shio extremely late, or she... Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we needed to do a small down dash and have a spell to get to not continue going down and be the correct height there.
So she put herself at the correct height, down dashed and mashed spell to get it out as soon as possible.
And
This is
conveniently
peak.
right next to Sheo is Forns.
No, this is not peak, this is Green Path.
Yeah, because as we know, Forns and Sheo are in the same room. So we get both there.
No, she's probably heading towards Massive Moss Charger. I think it's gonna die any minute now.
In most bosses, we will kill by killing them in acid or spikes or thorns. Because we have multiple rooms loaded, and they will just spawn inside the acid of another room.
Or inside
So,
another hazard, or in the case of specifically Markov, a ceiling spike.
yeah, there we could see No Ice teleported into acid there and just died.
There's another gob. Yippee! Oh. Oh
I
yeah, she
believe we are
waited for
waiting
the death
for.
animation. Because the boss actually has to count as being killed and not just have been at 0 health.
Vessel
There she gets
fragments.
a single vessel. Oh. Oh, it's fine.
There we hit the load. We are skipping the No Ice Mask Shard there.
It's very difficult to get enough copies of that mask shot to... Never mind.
Now we get it. We just go through and get it done later.
Anytime she picks up so she gets another mask, she has to wait for the animation to play out before entering a load, or it will get cancelled and it breaks the animation.
We're in Fog Canyon.
Very rarely you get to see some piece of the game on the screen. There she picked up
And we
the
have
Harlem Weight.
grapes.
A Best Strike is the only skill that hard requires the first, well, the lower version of the spell to unlock.
Yeah.
There she made a tiny mistake, I think.
It's really hard to see where we're supposed to be, especially with no clip. You need to be grounded and be able to dash more. We need to find floor, and if we lose it, then it's not certain that we are at a height where there is any, and then we are stuck there forever. There are a lot of things that can happen. Here we wanted to enter that load, and we need to be at a specific height for that.
Another
Now we can
thing that
continue.
can easily happen is if you down dash and you don't have any way to stop the downwards movement, you just keep going forever. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but we wanted to enter archives. Go immediately to Monomon, but Umu is a percent and a boss, so we will wait here for a bit.
Umu is very rude on this patch. On earlier patches, it could go outside arena if it wanted to, but I think Team Cherry considered that pretty broken, so they have locked Umu to only be able to go a tiny bit outside arena. Earlier patches glitched 1xx rounds could just lure Umu down to the Monomon tank and kill it there, but that's not something Mimi has access to.
Get a nice one cycle there, and then we can get Monomon. And we won't go through to get more copies of Monomon here because we need all the Dreamers.
Every
For
dreamer is a percentage. You can pogo the tank, but only the top half of it. For some reason, if you try to pogo the bottom half of the tank, nothing happens.
Do a
Dreamgate you
dream
put
gate
down
outside the
earlier.
stack. By the stack. Do a nice sea dash builder. We will use this stack to both get bench storage and room dupe again.
There she used the phone hitbox to get early control during the stag text, which meant she didn't need soul. And
Now
here
we
comes
have a
the
room
peak
dupe
part
again.
2.
We did the cleanup in green path with the dupe, and now we are going to do both some cleanup in Crystal Peak and start the Grim quest at the same
And
time.
finish the Grim. We're also
Yeah.
gonna finish the Grim quest.
Here we just need to do some waiting for Grim to get Grim Child. There, and now we can continue. Starting with
This
loading some deep focus rooms here.
get deep
Have
focus
it there.
because it's a charm. Every charm is required. Crystal Guardian has a boss scene, so she's gonna use this room to stack a couple extra rooms. Yeah, this is peak. It's gonna leave a dream gate here because she needs to kill the Crystal Guardian later. Because neither Crystal Guardian nor Enraged Guardian are actually percentages, but both of them are bosses, which she needs to kill.
We have a good question about spikes in chat. With what kills the first
Okay,
Grimkin.
the thing
And
with
it's actually spikes are set in rooms. So it's
the
just the
checks that
spikes in that room can't kill the Grimkin, but other spikes can.
is that why everyone says Grim is peak? Probably. I can't think of other reasons. She duped several copies of that King's Idol there because she needs a lot of Geo later, and it's a very convenient idol to dupe.
Yeah, we're getting multiple copies of this room by going back and forth. Because there is a Grimkin here, and we want to get all the flames from this one Grimkin.
And by having
So
3 copies of the... Only one Grimkin actually loads. But by having... oh, she's not getting the kill on it.
the
There we
Grimkin
go.
was a bit rude. There are some spikes it can dash into and die, but it didn't want to kill it normally. Back to Grim's tent.
Because 3
Because we
rooms
can
of
get a new
the...
level.
Because 3 copies of the room were loaded, she got 3 flames at the same time. Because that's how math works.
Now the next one we will get is around here in King's Pass.
Gets a setup and nice, she got floor. camera is very not nice here, so it's a bit hard to tell what's going on sometimes.
Yeah.
But the Grimkin kind of died there, and then she heads into Crossroads. She's gonna use the Bretta's house to get rid of a few copies of the Crystal Peaks rooms, because it's okay to say Crystal Peaks because there's multiple copies of it. But she gets multiple copies of Bretta's house because there's a mask shot in there that's very convenient.
Getting some soul.
Because she's about to
Oh.
fight Grim, and of course you need some soul to use spells on Grim, right?
We're storing this store to bring.
She actually stored multiple copies of it, I think. So she can just go back into it later. You should be hearing the Grim music right now.
Yeah. And it gets a bit loud. There will be a lot of lights and stuff later.
If you have issues with flashing lights, maybe be a bit careful.
Some Grims are dying.
She loads multiple copies of the room here, because after beating Grim you get a Charm Notch. If you have multiple copies of Grim's ROM loaded, you get multiple Charm Notches.
So we're picking them up one after one. So there are 3, 4 Sharnos just like that.
There are setups to get more, but she just didn't need more for this route. And
We have a lot of Grims loaded. We want to go fight NKG next.
there we have Grim, the Duel Grim. Multiple copies, in fact. Sometimes the Grim text soft locks here, and we're not actually sure why, and it's very annoying.
Sometimes you just lose 30 seconds here because you need to wait for something to happen. Grim is just not nice.
Here we get a few
More
extra
Charm
Charm
Notches.
Notches.
And
that's
then
plenty.
we enter NKG.
In normal 107, NKG is one of the last bosses you fight.
We still have normal Grim as well here, hanging out, stuck on the left side. And on the right, apparently.
A lot of Grims. They just get stuck like that because of the weird collision. And now we hope for NKG to just teleport into the acid and die. He was not that kind.
Yeah, we need to wait out the pufferfish attack here. And now Grim got stuck. Or Knight and KG got stuck in the same place as the Grims. So all the Grims will get loose at the same time.
Good thing she can't take damage.
Yeah, that's the benefit of Dreamgate noclip. We are invincible.
Yeah, this is very unlucky NKG luck. There we go. An odd quirk with NKG is that if you manage to load multiple copies of the boss, you can get more percentages from it. But we have a source requirement for this category, so you need to get the percentages normally.
Oh, well, you need to actually get all the things that give percentages. What is
Yeah.
normally can be debatable.
Yeah, for example, the mask shards and vessel fragments, where she just picks up multiple copies of the same one.
We have the Dream Gate I went to visit earlier, because we need to kill all the bosses. That's Crystal Guardian. Now she
Comes the
will
hardest part of the run.
head up.
Dive float
That's
does
dive
not put
float.
you in. If you try doing that on some earlier patches, it will just put you in an infinite animation of going up after entering the load, but on this version that does not happen. Why Team Cherry
Dive.
changed that, I do not know.
Well, obviously they want us to be able to dive float. It must be intended.
You don't? I'm not sure either, math. I've just heard it being said a lot. It could be a complete bogus, and the only way we have to dupe percentages is nail upgrades. Which I don't think you can do on 1.3. Masks also work. That could be.
We're setting up for the next room dupe. I have multiple rooms loaded again. And using the same quirk as before to get no clip here.
And now she's gonna be heading down towards city. First, she's gonna pick up this. Might be one of the harder pickups to get in the game. She's gonna try to pick up the Soul Eater charm.
Yeah.
There she got it.
Since we don't open the breakable ground, it's just dark there, and we can't see where it is.
And there's also an entombed husk somewhere in that darkness, and if you touch that, you get a lot of downwards momentum that you can't stop. Because this is a good game, and entombed husks give you downwards momentum.
That was Stream Shield as well. And now
Shout
we're going to
outs to
city.
Birdie, who likes Dream Shield for some reason.
We immediately down towards Basin, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
because she's gonna get Dung Defender, I think. Dung Defender has a
Yeah.
boss in, so
We're going to
she can use
we're
that
getting
to.
some more rooms there. Since we have both Dung Defender loaded and Basin rooms, we can do multiple things at once. We get a lot of rooms this way, and also can go to Basin and have all of this done quite quickly. See if we hit this load here or not. Yeah, we hit it. Good.
So a fun quirk with the Void Heart Charm that you're gonna see, not right now, but sometime maybe soon, is that picking up Void Heart without ever getting King Soul, it gives you the percentage, but the Void Heart Charm will not show up in the Charm menu. So it will look like Mimi has less charms than she should have,
We
but
have a lovely visual glitch there with how to control while collecting a Bistreak. So the knight has a funny animation for a while. Unfortunately, it's gone now. It's
it's just
killing
gonna be
Broken Vessel.
killing. Broken Vessel just gets stuck in a wall here, and so she can just shriek it to death. She puts down a Dream Gate for later.
Yeah, there's Void Heart.
She also has to do the entire climb, which is gonna be a completely normal climb and not look weird at all.
There we entered Lostkin.
Which got stuck in the ceiling because there's a lot of collision right here.
Camera isn't very nice because we have a lot of rooms, but we are killing Lostkin right now.
Lostkin
During
is
the
a
Void
bit of
Heart
a
climb.
damage sponge, so then she enters the room towards the left of Lostkin.
We're waiting for Lostkin to die. And yeah, now we will have this white screen. Because
Exiting a dream while after doing Dreamgate Noclip just gives you a wide screen.
yeah.
I hope you enjoy this accelerating gameplay.
We broke the check to remove the white screen earlier. So now it's just here when we got another white screen from Lostkin.
And there she got Void Heart.
Doing great multitasking here with doing the Void Heart climb and Lostkin at the same time. This entire run is just room droop after room droop after room droop. So we're doing another one here. We need Lifeblood Core, so we'll just go through the wall to go into this transition immediately.
It's a bit of a difficult. There we go.
Also need to be on the correct height to actually be able to get it.
How much time do these glitches save over Vanilla Run? Quite not as much as you would think, but still a significant amount.
Mimi's world record is 1 hour and 42 minutes. And the vanilla record is what, 2 hours 20?
I'd
something?
have to check. I know
Yeah, I'm
Nebula
checking
has
right
the
now.
record. Oh, you're already checking. Well, then I don't need to. Oh wait, I have a notification
2
when it
hours
says
and
me.
21 minutes.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
not
it's
the
like 40
interesting.
minutes approximately. But this time can be cut down a lot, I believe.
Yeah, I think even the world record right now has some mistakes that lost a not insignificant amount of time.
Yeah.
NMG also has like 20 people who have contributed strats, and this run has Mimi who has routed it, and then like 3 or 4 more people who have found random strats that were useful.
Also, there we did a very cool thing with taking a stag while collecting Shade Cloak. So we got transitioned out immediately
But it
instead
does
of
mean
quitting out.
it does mean the knight becomes invisible, but it's visible again now. And also, if you need to be able to see the knight to run the game, you shouldn't run glitched. That's just not something we do here.
We didn't kill False Knight earlier, but False Knight is here, as you can see.
Yeah,
Almost.
where exactly
Yeah,
where he
there.
usually is.
This is where False Knight is before he falls down. He's up at the ceiling to begin with, invisible. I believe. But we just need to get the correct height to be able to hit. Yeah, now she can hit False Knight.
And she also wants to be able to enter this door here. Because Soul Catcher is a charm that is needed, and she skipped Mound earlier. There's Brooding Malek, which is
We
another
will also
required
get
boss.
Malek now. The
It's
camera
gonna
is nice to
die.
us as usual.
Mimi has to be careful because Abyss Shriek on 1.3 behaves the same way as on 1.2, which means that it's easy to accidentally get one tick hits.
If you spam a Bistreak, you can even get 0 hit tick and do no damage with it, which is really
That's
fun.
my favorite. Abyss Shriek is just not very good before 1.4.
Here's Leg Eater. We will buy all the charms because we need them. And then head
Mimi
down
has not
further in
killed.
Fungal.
She has not killed Dung Defender yet, so she couldn't use the discount. And she's on 1.3, so she couldn't do the infinite discount if she wanted to. And now she's gonna head to Eldar Hu, which is a very difficult fight in this one. Which means that it's
Now,
a fight you actually fight the boss in.
okay, who is that? We got pancakes once.
Not even glitched runners can avoid the pancakes.
Continuing to head down in Fungal. We need Mantis Lords as well for the all bosses. And
And there's a few charms
also,
here that are,
yeah,
of course, required. Mainly Mark of Pride and Spore Shroom, I think.
yeah. We are going towards Sports Room right now.
Trust me, it's somewhere around here.
The Epoga Room and Mantis Village. Or Mantis Village. And yeah, now we will get Mark of Pride. and
Plus
fight
we
Mantis Lords.
as you can see, there's some acid at the top of the room here. If Mimi is lucky,
And we
there
got
was
Sports
Sports Room, by the
Room
way.
at the same time.
If she's lucky, the Mantis Lords just teleport into the acid and die instantly, basically. She's not being lucky.
There we go. That's undead. We have multiple of them loaded, but I have
She
counted
loads
like 5 or
multiple.
6 steps now.
She loads multiple just so she has a higher chance of them ending up in the hazards.
The world record for this category is 1 hour and 42 minutes. Now we're doing the deepness cleanup. We need to rescue Soot.
Also fight Galeon.
Scalian.
It's another boss you fight quote unquote normally, but I mean Shriek 3 times and he's dead.
Yeah, no nail upgrades, so all the Dream Warriors are very squishy. Right, Nosk. Here you can really see the power of Rune Jukes with just having everything loaded so we can do things so quickly one after another. And you can't really see what's happening, but it's really efficient.
Lost some of the time, and no, we're just 4 minutes into the run. It's just that fast. The pale ore that get after Nosk is just not fast enough. It's fast to just get the extra ones from Godfather.
Could be seeing Sharp Shadow soon.
This is another room where it's really difficult to get a floor hitbox in. She had to enter the room for the backup. It's fine. You may have noticed it, but after every quit out, Mimi makes sure that she has enough soul to do a spell, and then uses D-Doc to instantly get control on the bench. This is not allowed in NMG, but it should be allowed out of a hard save.
We are again getting no clip. And reduping with a stag here.
Reduping sometimes saves a bit of time. Here she does it mainly to be able to enter this room with the glowing worm charm without having to worry about the upwards transition nonsense.
We We also haven't fought Failed Champion yet. We're going there now. Mimi
Rest
is
in
killing
peace.
the maggots.
We even got a few extra rooms to be able to kill even more maggots.
Yeah.
Failed champion,
Timer.
just like a lot of other bosses, just get stuck in a ceiling somewhere and dies.
The timer is a bit not visible, but you can sort of see that it's 1 hour.
Yeah, that's a 1. The way stream is watching League of Legends. It's so over.
Who's Failed Champion? Which is dead. And now the timer is fixed.
E.
We are just doing even more dripping here. Using stag again to bring it with us. A different one. And now we can head into Queen's Gardens.
In Queen's Gardens, there's Traitor Lord, Marmo. I don't think there's any charms to pick up here.
Yeah, we are. We can see Marmu, which will be our goal soon.
There
Yeah,
she
here.
entered the room with that flower quest ends in, because there's a lot of hazards in that room that Marmo can hit. This is, by the way, the Traitor Lord room, I think. The Traitor
Yeah,
Lord
it
is gonna
is.
drop down and land on the thorns, which just kills it
Traitor
instantly.
Lord is dead.
There's a Grub
And
Jaw,
that should be
which
the White Lady Grub.
I think she tried to save the Grub.
Looked like it. Back to Deep Nest. We have even more stuff to do here. There's a charm we need in the Weaver song. It's right here.
It's a new charm. It was added in a recent update.
Need to get to a correct height to get it. And there it is. Mimi probably has a visual cue for that. We should now be heading to a distant village. We need Hera. The devouts here can make you hit the slope and send you in different directions. You need to be careful.
Yeah, they are like the same as the entombed husks, which she had to avoid earlier. Isn't I think there's a third enemy that also does that, but
Yeah, great husk sentries.
oh yeah. After Hera, she quit out because 1, the widescreen, 2, she wanted to get rid of the room dupe.
They'll have the Dream Gate at a stag, which is very convenient, since that's what we are using to get the next dupe immediately. Heading down in crypts again, because it's a faster way to city. I believe we will be heading towards Kingdom's Edge. We'll see if I remember the route.
Well, it's part of Kingdom's Edge.
Yeah. Colors.
She will. I think she enters color 1 now, but she won't do it for quite a bit. Or she's just gonna kill Collector. I could be. I could be wrong as usual. Yeah, she wants to set a hard save at colors, and you do that by entering the load-in colors.
Here's Collector. And we're not affected by the scream because of the Dreamgate no clip, so we can just immediately start to fight. And she
And
makes quick work of Collector.
she had a Sealing Spike drop on him, which killed him instantly. And now she's gonna head to Hornet 2.
Here's Hornet 2. The died. They're using a lot of spikes and such to kill bosses, even when it isn't visible.
Yeah, she picks up Kingsbrand only because it's 2%. And then she leaves. He has to be careful to not dump too far right while the Kingsbrand room is loaded. So she made sure that it unloads right after exiting the load there.
We need to get the nail art
And
and
see
do
her.
Markov. Some more with nail art and killing Markov at the same time. Dash
Yeah,
dash.
I guess Oro and Markov are roommates now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hoppers here.
Here's quick slash. And the
You
pedestal
can
is
pogo
pogoable.
that?
Yeah.
That's so random. Same material as the Crystal Heart statue then. Probably.
Mimi missed the load. And she will just load a save state
Yeah.
that close here. Yeah, and there's one right here.
Yeah, she knows where the most likely places to softlock are, so she prepared save states for them.
This category is very difficult. Overall, there are a lot of places where it's very easy to miss a load or get lost, and then you just have to redo it.
There she got the knife mask, which means she has all the masks now, right?
Yeah. Also have Hive Knight.
And Hive Blood. She has to wait for Hive Knight to spawn anyway, and
And Hive Knight is dying.
Hive Knight tries to teleport to you, and just ends up in the spikes. Nice Geo amount.
Yeah, that's the patch we're playing on.
I think she had the save state set up to have that.
Back to city again. We're doing 2 trips to Kingdom's Edge. Here's colors.
Quirk about colors is that if you try to do a color and you have multiple rooms loaded, the game really doesn't like that. So when she eventually does colors, she's gonna have to do them almost normally. As normally as you can do it in a run like this, at least.
We're heading to Lem. Is this the last geo we need? Because we want the nail upgrades.
An unfortunate thing about 1.3 is that it's after they nerfed flukes to not kill Dupe, so yeah. What? Accidental debug? One invalid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to log on speedrun.com and reject this one now.
We're going again. We're going back and forth between rooms to get to Nailsmith faster.
So basically, if you ever want to learn to room dupe in this game, just go left and right until you end up where you want to be. It usually works out.
This section is a lot of just text spamming. We sell to Lem and then we immediately sell to Nailsmith as well. Buying the nail upgrades. Because they do help in colors.
And due to duping nail upgrade, duping Paler, she can get nail 4 before going to colors at all.
A quick visit to Dung Defender.
She enters the room in towards Isthmus Grove. Their Dung Defender died to acid.
We should be getting Isthmus soon. That's Bookmarm. Also dead to acid. and Fluknest.
The least broken charm in the game on this patch. It looks like chat has given math ideas for mods, which is always interesting.
We have White Defender here, and we get
Defender's
Defender's Crest at
and
the same time, and Isthmus as well, I think. Should be
just
here.
wait for White Defender
Yeah,
to
there
die.
we go.
And now she's gonna gear up for Colors, which is coming up. Because she entered the load into Trial of the... What's Trial 1 called? Color 1. Because of that, she got hard save to the color bench.
Yeah, Trial of the Warrior.
And you could just start here.
Doing Fury colors, but we can't take damage. This helps a bit. Using Dream Gate to get invulnerability, so we cannot be hit. But we don't have no flip this time.
Also has strength on, so she can one-shot a lot more enemies than she will be able to with just Fury. As I said before, there's not a lot you can do to speed Colors up, even with all glitches on the later versions of the game, so...
Yeah, team mostly normal strategies. Very unfortunate you can't speed this up in any significant way on this patch.
It's just...
We're almost done
But first...
with Colo. Yeah.
But first is a really difficult extra fight here. I know Mimi has invuln, but we'll have to see if she survives. Yeah, that was... a funny glitch we might see here. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, she got to pick up 2 Geo there. Normally you can't pick up Geo while in Dreamgate in one. But for some reason Color Geo sometimes just lets you pick it up anyway.
The second trial. The Trial of the Conqueror.
Will be a lot more of the same, just one-shotting enemies with... Oh yeah, a small thing I forgot to mention is when she entered Color 1, she got a Charm Nudge, which fully healed her. But because she's on 1.3, she kept the Fury effect anyway. If she was playing on 1.5, the Fury would disappear when she picked it up.
We didn't get the grub dance, so we saved time. Sometimes the grub will do a little, or the mimic will do a little dance when it's rescued, and it takes a longer time to attack you.
It's a purely skill-based time loss, sadly enough. Will this run be over? Probably not. I think you have time to
It should
take a
take,
shower.
yeah, it should take longer than 10 minutes. Bubbles. Just color 3. It's mostly more of the same, yes, longer. But we need to do them.
She
There
casts
is
the
at least
belt as early as possible so they spawn faster.
yeah. At least for a lot of this turn, you can see good NMG strategies as well. It's the only
A lot
difference is
of
that
it's a lot of
there's
the same
less risk.
strategies I think they use in the color speed ones. They are not super popular individual level ones, but there are people who run them. And they use a lot of these strategies there as well.
We just need to wait. These twisters can be annoying. There we go.
Completely like usual then.
The Volt Twister was nice at least.
Thanks to the Fury and having Nail 4, she can one-shot the Volt Twisters, which is just oh so nice, because they tend to be some of the most annoying enemies in Colossus.
Another nice auto-scroller. And Floorless, which normally is one of the hardest part of colors. But here, there is no risk.
She has in one, she just stand in the spikes if she wants to.
Just kill the frogs that get close, and hope the rest kill themselves. There we go.
And that should be color free basically done.
Yes, I've got Teamer left. And we killed the lobster and got a nice
Got a nice
nice
flying.
glitch there. Yeah.
She has to wait for the color to count as having been finished before she can dream get out, because otherwise she just doesn't get the percentage. Is a Great Slash Nebula on this patch? Cyclone is not affected by Fury, so generally speaking it's better to use a Great Slash.
We'll get NMG in our all glitcher speedrun.
I told you this was an NMG run.
Buying out Sly.
Well, except the mask shots, they are pretty useless.
Yeah, we already have everything we need there. We do get the last tool vessel here.
Bapanada.
And of
The
course,
GPC. The entire reason we had to get VS first in this category and do almost NMG movement is coming up now.
She has Wayward Compass now. It's too overpowered. Whatever the meme is.
This fight is just done normally.
Well, she has nail 4, so... There is a setup to insta-kill Grey Prince out in a dupe, but it takes a long time to set up. How does Wayward Compass work in room dupes? It checks active room.
Here we have control and don't get the cutscene. Just enter the door immediately.
She set up a Dreamgate invuln.
What was the time when Tim asked if it was 10 minutes left?
I think it's been more than 10 minutes, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Oh, Tim is back.
good. Yeah, we just automatically screen skip everything because we
Because-
don't get affected by them.
That was a
Dreamgate
change
lets us skip
Tim
them.
Sherry made in this version of the game, I think. Where Dreamgate
Yes.
just makes you immune to screams.
And yeah, 1.3 is LPTHK. But Radiance.
Dreamgate no clip makes you vulnerable to screams. It's just when you have only invuln from it that you don't get affected by screams.
Here we hope for nice RNG. We do kill
That was-
Radiance very fast anyways.
It was good enough RNG.
And yeah. GG.
What's the time at? How are we doing with the schedule? We are basically on time. I think we have time for the interview.
Yeah, we will do the interview.
We'll have to do it quickly so the next people can get on.
Travel.
Hello, Mimi.
Uh,
Yes. Hi.
that early game was a little scuffed, but after I got into mid
Yeah,
game, really hit my stride there. So
there were a few save states around Salubra, but after that it went pretty well.
yeah, I like never missed that load there. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
but I could not find the elevator load for whatever reason. Man.
Yeah, very difficult to do everything perfectly like this. And
Mm,
with
yeah.
so many dupes, they will miss something most of the time.
And they're all run killers too, is the sad part,
Yeah.
which is why getting a full run is so brutal. I do think I could get a low 30 if I did everything perfectly, but I don't know that I want to play this category anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit of
Um,
a brutal category to grind.
yeah, yeah, it is. Like especially with it's disheartening because all those mistakes were early game mistakes, so you're just resetting.
It's like difficult dupe into difficult dupe into another difficult dupe.
Yeah.
You just
For
eventually you make a
50
mistake and
minutes.
it's just
Hmm.
And you have routed essentially all the dupes yourself in this category.
Yeah, I did. Pretty much. I mean, I routed the whole thing basically. I think it
Yeah.
was about a month of work that it took me to do. And
yeah, I
then
think it was like all of November, right?
yeah, pretty much. It's yeah, it's quite the category. Yeah, and then I didn't actually get a good run for at least another month.
Yeah, I remember watching run after run dying to NKG dupe or Green Path
Mhm.
dupe.
Yeah, NKG dupe went in this run actually would have been a reset too because I got the soft lock. Had to use
Yeah, but
the reset button.
yeah. You had an accidental debug around Lem, was it?
Yes, I hit my white screen clear button, which does more than white screen
Oh,
clear.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, running this on vanilla in a marathon like this, that would just not work.
No, it wouldn't. There's just too many spots where you just if you miss it, you just reset.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. I mean, I messed up in the GP dupe, I think at some point, and GP dupe isn't recoverable because the use Gorb to add bosses or to add rooms, and if Gorb is
and you
dead,
have killed Gob,
yeah,
so
exactly. Can't restart it. Yeah. I yeah, I was really happy with the mid game in this run. It was really good.
yeah.
Yeah. You played very well.
Thank you.
And are there any questions
I
from
know
the chat?
it's I know it's hard to just remember the dupes in like any percent or true ending, so remembering all of this is pretty impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps. I think it's easier when you make them yourself. When you make the dupes yourself. It's a lot easier to remember. Oh, I guess we made it to the percents.
We will check.
107. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen
Sorry, I
it yet.
spoiled it. I'm sorry I spoiled it.
That why?
Woo!
Yeah.
107.
107. Wow, it's a 107. I'm so surprised. Whoa.
Wow, who could have guessed this? It's almost sub 2 in game time as well. I know that's not relevant time for anything really, but
Yeah.
that's still nice.
Yeah, I think I had a one in practice I got a 159, but that's the best I've gotten. Yeah, I had a 138 in practice. That's my PB. I mean, it was with debug, so not real, but
But
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
we go. If
Is
are
there anything
we
in
in a
chat
hurry
that I can
to?
answer?
Yeah.
Is anyone in
Ask
chat?
again if someone in chat wants to have a question asked. You can
Someone
go
asked
ahead.
about Silksong news, and yeah, we have them. We just aren't allowed to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Why
Okay, we
am
got
I
the
so
question.
cool?
Mimi, why are you so cool? Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I just like glitches. Glitches are cool. So that's how.
Someone
That's true.
earlier
More
asked
people should
who.
run glitched.
True.
Someone
Oh,
earlier, someone asked who Joni is, and we don't know. We've been
yeah.
trying to figure it out.
If I can put a quick self plug in here, if you check out the meme boards and you look at the guides, I made an NMS guide, which is a perfect place to get started for glitches if you wanna get started with glitches.
Yeah, it seems intimidating at first, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, don't run this. It took me a month to route.
This is like the final boss if you want to run glitched. Except
Yeah,
maybe all achievements, but we're not touching that.
yeah. We'll see. One day.
See you at HK9Y
Yeah,
when
all
Mimi will
achievements,
run.
all glitches.
What's your favorite segment of this run?
Oh, that's a good question. The redupe that I'm proudest of was, or the newest route that I'm proudest of was the double redupe it um into Crossroads. I
Yeah,
was
that was cool.
I found that one pretty recently. I like that one. Um, I think visually Grimdupe is obviously a lot to look at, and
Audibly.
audibly, yes. Also, the Dunk Defender slash White Defender in Acid part is always fun.
Okay, I've got a notification that we should wrap it up.
Okay. Hope you enjoyed the run, everybody. Thanks for watching. I had a
Enjoy
lot of
the
fun.
next one.
Enjoy the next run.
Yeah. Next we